here we are, travel ban, travel ban, travel ban, travel ban. What could possibly go wrong?
The recent terror attack in Boulder, Colorado, has underscored the extreme dangers posed to our country by the entry of foreign nationals who are not properly vetted, as well as those who come here as temporary visitors and overstay their visas. We don't want them. In the 21st century, we've seen one terror attack after another carried out by foreign visa overstayers from dangerous places all over the world. And thanks to Biden's open door policies, today there are millions and millions of these illegals who should not be in our country. In my first term, my powerful travel restrictions were one of our most successful policies, and they were a key part of preventing major foreign terror attacks on American soil. We will not let what happened in Europe happen to America. That's why on my first day back in office, I directed the Secretary of State to perform a security review of high-risk regions and make recommendations for where restrictions should be imposed. Among the national security threats their analysis considered are the large-scale presence of terrorists, failure to cooperate on visa security, inability to verify travelers' identities, inadequate record-keeping of criminal histories, and persistently high rates of illegal visa overstays, and other things.
Now, all this was happening not only the Biden administration, but under the Trump administration, too. I mean, this has been going on for quite some time. And sadly, the response to this by Democrats and progressives have been questionable, at least. And there are moments when I look at the progressive movement and I got to ask myself, because we were tagged in this. Hard Lens Media was tagged in this, and it's only 33 seconds, but progressives and independents, you don't associate yourself as the Democrats, okay? Because this right here, to my fellow progressives and independents, don't associate yourself as Democrats. Sometimes it's embarrassing to be a Vermonter. Oh no, don't worry, I'm from Illinois. We got you beat. Don't worry, Illinois has you beat. We're so corrupt, man, it'll make your head spin for days. Thank you so much. But Jimmy Dore, Miserable Lib, Do Dissidents, Socialist MMA, Russell, Hard Lens Media, Sepasayabs, Democrat Representative Becca Balint warns that without immigrants, we won't have anyone to wipe our asses. Because that's what's going to inspire people.
Labor, and of course, we have to come to a place in Congress where it is no longer a political issue, but we see it as an existential issue for the country. If we don't have avenues for people to come here legally to work or to build a home here, I'm going to be really crude right now. We're not going to have anybody around to wipe our asses because we don't have enough people, labor, and of course...
Yes, to wipe our asses. Now look, let's put this into perspective, shall we, people? Let's look at the bigger picture here. Now, I know that there are I know some immigrants who fought to get their citizenship here, who had to travel an arduous march. And I listen. I will never sit here and act like a tough guy. Oh no. Oh no. You won't get that from me. I won't sit here and be a tough guy. Never once, not ever. Oh no. Because I know for a fact, if I had to go through a journey like that, I think it'd kill me. I think I'd be maybe found somewhere, on a ledge on the streets somewhere, because, man, the stories I've heard about people who had to come to this country, oh, man, a nail biter all the way to the end. But the last thing any one of them are thinking about, and I could tell this to you with absolute certainty, is coming here to wipe somebody's wazoo. All right, Democrats, your messaging. You're wondering why people don't respect you or people aren't turning out to vote, or is it abandoning the Democrat Party? It's because of dumb statements like this. We won't have anyone to wipe our butts. Great. So way to demean migrant and immigrant workers. Way to make them feel like less than nothing, because that's their job to do that. And of course, if this is the Democrats' response to Donald Trump, then it comes as no surprise, even when you have Trump making these statements and doing everything like this and implementing policies. And I get it. Look, here's the thing. The sanctuary city thing was an absolute disaster by the Democrats. It blew up in their face. And I remember giving this warning. But you want to know why things are so bad with the entire political system? It's because we have two parties and their politicians acting like clowns. It's a big circus and the whole country's on fire.
Very simply, we cannot have open migration from any country where we cannot safely and reliably vet and screen those who seek to enter the United States. That is why today I am signing a new executive order placing travel restrictions on countries including Yemen, Somalia, Haiti, Libya, and numerous others. The strength of the restrictions we're applying depends on the severity of the threat posed. The list is subject.
Yeah, I pink is right there. I pink is right. Pretty sure China has ass wiping robots already. You're not wrong there, because there's those automatic toilets in South Korea and Japan, process of elimination. They got them there in China too. Don't ask how I know.
To revision based on whether material improvements are made, and likewise new countries can be added as threats emerge around the world. But we will not allow people to enter our country who wish to do us harm, and nothing will stop us from keeping America safe. Thank you very much.
Great. All right. So the travel ban is happening. And in turn, how the Democrats respond to it. The Democrat response is, we're not going to have anyone to wipe our butt. Please, please wait. We got to be nice to the people. We have to be respectful to the people, because if we don't have them here, who is going to clean up all of our shite? Who's going to take care of us? Who's going to tell us that we're all good? And this is why you lose, Democrats. This is why you fail at every single moment, because you are not a serious organization. You're not an organization that's not going to bring relief or aid to people. You just don't have what it takes. You just don't have it takes. So, as somebody who has been following politics for such a long time, I know one thing. Anyone that is a migrant, an immigrant, you're going to be used as a pawn by the establishment. We saw how the Biden-Harris administration was using migrants. Hell, we saw what happened under the first Trump term, especially with the kids in cages. By the way, they were still in cages under Biden. And don't forget, those cages were started not under Biden or Trump, but under Barack Obama. Hell, Trump has the excuse of walking in and says it was like that when I got here. This is going to cause further divide, and it's also going to be a major distraction, because the bigger picture is, and what's being ignored here is, why are people coming to the United States? Now, on the one hand, you can say, yes, to better themselves. You know, the American dream. I'd like to believe in it. I really do. But the idea of the American dream, it's so good. I like it. It's good, right? It's very good. But the problem is, there's that part, but then there's the other part. Why are there illegal immigrants in the country? Why are people coming to this country en masse? Is it for work? Yes. Now, I understand that there are bad people out there. There's always going to be evil. Nothing we can do about it. And yes, there are bad people who come to this country. But the vast majority. You want to know why they're coming here? It's because of U.S. sanctions, the war on drugs, political coups, civil wars that we're involved in, that we've done there. Never asked the CIA about its association with El Chapo. Okay? Never asked the CIA what it did with that booger sugar and the connection there and all that other jazz. I mean, you just didn't think it got in here because, oh no, the cartels were so smart. There was always a little sneaky link, you know, a sneaky link, a quiet, sneaky link that's happening. So, as someone who's covered politics, you know, if you've been watching this show, you know that there are people who are living in Central and South America, and they're witnessing, you know, the effects of U.S. sanctions, and probably a parent or guardians or even an individual themselves are thinking, U.S. sanctions hurting my bottom line. Oh no, there's a civil war. Oh no, there's a tyrant rounding up political dissidents. Oh no, I'm in the territory of a drug cartel and they might hurt me. A rational, reasonable human being is going to think, I need to get out of here and I need to get out of here quickly and run as fast as I can. And that is an understandable thing. I would do the same thing too. I may not survive the journey, but I would run. From the middle of a war zone, I don't like to being in the middle of a war zone. If I'm somewhere smack dab in the middle of a cartel that is doing some very questionable, hurtful things, I'm going to want to run away. It's okay to run away. Sometimes it's okay. But that's why there's a migrant crisis here. It's because of policies done by previous Democrat and Republican presidential administrations. And it's not going to go away until we change the entire political system. It's not going to go away. As a final note, Democrats, your messaging sucks. I mean, seriously? Come on, Vermont. People of the great state, Vermont. I know you could do better.